Hello, my name is Emma Jones, and today I will be talking to you about the country of Honduras. Alright, so the name Honduras translates in Spanish to Great Depths, and that was actually named by Christopher Columbus whenever he was exploring the coast. And there was very deep waters, so he named the country Great Depths. Okay, so obviously my speech will be about the country of Honduras, but I will be going into poverty levels and how people live and places that I've traveled to personally in Honduras. Alright, so first of all, traveling. I love to travel. It's so fun. I really enjoy it a lot. Reasons why I love it is, first of all, just airplane rides. I love people watching. You can see tons of different kinds of people at an airport, traveling from all over the world. It's really interesting to people watch and meet and talk to new people. I really love being in an airplane and just seeing the world from a new perspective. You know, like, usually we're down here, we can see everything, but whenever you're in a plane, you can see from a bird's eye view. And you can look down and just see everything, and it's really cool. So I love being in a plane. The next thing is just seeing how different countries function. That's crazy. A lot of countries are so different than America. So, for example, in Honduras, if you go to a market, the people who are running the stands will literally surround you and almost force you to buy their product. So whenever I walk into a market, they will be putting jewelry on me, telling me, oh, that's so beautiful, you need to buy it. And because of my color, because I'm white, they'll obviously just assume that I'm rich, which is really interesting. So they'll just try to make me buy as much stuff as possible. Where in America, that is very unusual. Very few people will try to force you to buy things like at Ingles or Walmart, So, like, you can walk into a store here in America and not even talk to anyone. That's very common, but in other countries, that's very unusual. So just seeing how other countries function is really interesting. Another reason why I love traveling is just seeing different seeing different cultures. It's really interesting to see their foods and decor. I love trying new foods. It's so incredible, the things that they can cook over there. In Honduras, our meals are usually a bowl of rice and beans, and then they'll add different spices in. Sometimes they'll cook like burritos, tacos. It's delicious. And with every single meal, we eat a bowl of fresh fruit, straight from the tree or straight from the garden, and it's so delicious. I love seeing how they decorate things in other countries. So the main style in Honduras for their homes, they'll usually have like arched doorways, and their roofs are usually made out of clay. And it's really interesting to see the color choices that they choose. A lot of the homes in Honduras are like pink, orange, yellow, green. It's so beautiful. It's really pretty. And lastly, I love language. I love listening to other languages. Personally, I can only speak English. I can speak a little bit of Spanish because my friends in Honduras speak Spanish, but I'm definitely not fluent at all. So yeah, I love to travel for all those reasons. So in Honduras, we fly into this very big city. I would not be surprised if you've heard of it before. It's called Tegucigalpa. So we fly into Tegucigalpa, and we basically just stay in the airport. We can shop around a little bit, and then soon after we land, we are bused to a smaller city called Guamaca. And in Guamaca, we visit an orphanage called Orphanage Emmanuel. I know that's a lot of big names that I just said, but at Orphanage Emmanuel, we go and we just hang out with all these children that either don't have parents or their parents can't provide for them, so they stay in this orphanage. At Orphanage Emmanuel, there are about 225 children, and they're very well taken care of. The orphanage is very clean, they have very good food, and they have these big yards that the children can go and play out in. So I have gone to Honduras 3 times. I haven't been able to go more than that because I have school, and we travel there in December every year, and that's usually like during testing time in high school. But this past year I was able to go, and it was really awesome. Every year my church goes, and so I was able to go with them this year. We go to Honduras to talk to the children about the Lord and just to love on them because they don't get that from a lot of people there. Alright, so I have a couple visual aids. First of all, whenever I was talking about Tegucigalpa, it's crazy how different it looks than America. Whenever you fly, I don't know if you've been in a plane before, but whenever you fly across America, usually it's just big fields with a couple buildings in it, but in Tegucigalpa, it's very different. So this is a picture. This is a very big picture. I printed it out really big. This is from the plane, and these are all the homes. If you can't notice, they're very close to each other. And almost in every single one of these homes, there's at least 5 children plus their parents. The homes here are crowded. They're full of people. So that's the main city. You can't tell, it's very crowded. Also, another thing about this culture is they love soccer. Right here, I got a picture of the soccer field, whatever. I go and play soccer. I'm really bad at it, but it's fun. It's a really fun sport. So whenever we go to the orphanage, it's very nice, as I said, very clean, very good food. We go and visit the children. So I'm gonna show you a picture. This is me walking with 2 of my favorite girls. This is Angie right here, and we actually sponsor her. So what that means is we send a certain amount of money every month to provide for food and clothing and just every day necessities. And this is her sister, Genesis. I recently just met her this year. I didn't even know Angie had a sister, but I met her this past year, and she's super sweet. Another thing we do in Honduras is we teach lessons. So we'll teach them like about Bible stories. So this is me. I am teaching all the young girls a Bible study, and these are my 3 friends. They were translating for me because I can't speak Spanish. So I would say it in English and they would say it in Spanish. And for my last visual, I will show you 3 of my favorite little girls. In this picture, we were at La Tienda, so that means the store. And so at the store, we can eat chips, we can eat burritos. The children love to go to La Tienda. Alright. So Orphanage Emmanuel is just a beautiful place that they have children, and we go there every year in Honduras. Let's see. So next I'll be talking about poverty level, because that is a really, really big issue in other countries, especially Honduras. And I wasn't aware of that until I actually traveled there and saw it. So this is crazy, but 66% of the population in Honduras is actually in extreme poverty, which means the average adult is making less than $2 every day. And if you compare that to Americans, the average American, they're making about $100 a day, which averages out to $40,000 a year. So if you put that in perspective, 100 versus less than $2 a day, you can be able to realize how bad that is. And also the average family in Honduras has like 3 to 5 children. So this is their parents making less than $2 a day and providing for around 7 people. Also, they live in like usually 1-roomed homes with dirt floors. So whenever I'm in Honduras, it's actually a very dangerous area. So I usually stay inside of the orphanage because it's very safe in there. But whenever we drive in, I'm able to see what the city looks like. And it's crowded streets. There are homes that are just made out of little tin pieces stacked together with like people living in it. And I could just see the poverty level. It's crazy. Yeah, so on a scale of what 66% is that's 1 out of every 5 Hondurans that live in extreme poverty. Alright, so basically the summary of that is Honduras is a beautiful country. There's a lot of culture, and yeah, a big part of their culture that I didn't really mention was soccer. They love it, most of them do, and I met a couple people that are really good at it. And yeah, their culture is beautiful, and their food is really good. So yeah, to close this out, I will be sharing a Bible verse that really goes along with what I was talking about, because the main reason I go to Honduras is to try to share the gospel and bring people close to the Lord. So this is Matthew 28:19. It says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. Baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and behold, I am with you always to the end of the age." Thank you. That was my speech.